When I asked him to produce his oath of office, he said that by law he didn't have to, and he was not going to play those games.
Games? You just wanted his oath of office?
Correct.
Well, we're rolling into Long Beach, California, and there are certain to be some fireworks tomorrow. We're here at KingCast.net and Mortgage Movies, here with Diana Morell. Now, Ms. Morell, I understand that Aurora Loan Servicing is foreclosing on your property?
Yes.
And have they at any time shown you any documentation that they are a holder in due course?
No.
Have they shown you any documentation that they have any standing to foreclose on your property?
No, they haven't.
Have you sent them a request, a qualified written request, or anything of that nature?
Yes, I did in February of 2010.
I see. And have they responded to that?
No.
I see. Now, I understand you had a hearing before a judge or magistrate. Who's hearing your case?
Commissioner Glenn Mondo.
I see. Did the commissioner have anything to tell you at the last hearing?
Yes. First he told us that even though we were there as pro se litigants, that he was going to treat us no differently than if we were represented, no better or any worse.
Okay.
Then he proceeded to ask me for witness lists, jury instructions, and when I asked him to produce his oath of office, he said that by law he didn't have to, and he was not going to play those games.
Games? You just wanted his oath of office?
Correct.
I see.
So then he proceeded to ask more questions and tell us that since we demanded a jury trial, that we should have had instructions, and that we really didn't want to piss off the jurors, because they were going to be deciding our case. Then he proceeded to talk to the opposing counsel, who I had never heard of before, because he was not from the offices of LLC. So when he was asking questions from him, I said, well, hold on a second. I've never heard of him before.
Right. You never
know?
saw a notice of appearance
Right.
filed by this person?
Nothing. I said, I've received all the documents from the offices of LLC, and he's not with LLC, so...
Who is this person?
I said, yeah, and Commissioner Mondo said, that's none of your business. They can choose, he's an attorney of record, and they can choose to send whoever they want.
Well, he's an attorney of record, but yet you never got notice of appearance from the individual.
Correct. And so, once again, I said, okay, well, let me just make my record here. Are you not going to produce your oath of office? And he says, I already told you I'm not going to produce my oath of office. Not only that, you obviously don't know what you're doing by the questions that you're asking here. There is no record to be made. This isn't a trial yet. So get yourself representation, because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, anytime you're in open court, there's a record to be made. So that wasn't a good statement from him, and I'll see if he has anything to say about it tomorrow. I doubt that he will. Very interesting. Thank you for your time. By the way, are you aware of the Mortgage Movies website?
Yes.
Did you read today that I just posted? I did some research on your case, and I found out that in Wisconsin and New York, that servicer was found not to have any standing whatsoever.
Yes. I did read that.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you.
Be well. What you're alleging now, sir, is that actually that these people, that DocX is funding these regional attorneys who are the foreclosure mills?
DocX is one piece in the three different pieces. There's a hedge fund behind the scenes. It's all in this adversary complaint. It's a class action suit in a Chapter 13 case. There's a hedge fund behind the scenes funding DocX and LPS. They're a mill. They create all the foreclosure documents. These guys go out and they look for law firms locally that have enough staff to basically funnel their foreclosures through and make it look legit and bring them to court. So you got a hedge fund behind the scenes making money. You got DocX and LPS that are creating all the fraudulent foreclosure documents, like in your case, the fraudulent corporate assignment of deed, quality loan servicing popped up out of nowhere. And then you got the attorneys that wrap up the fraud on the back end and bring it into court. This is happening across the country. And that law firm got caught in Atlanta, because they're a regional law firm. They cover Atlanta, Mississippi, Alabama. They were courted by these guys, and they got caught. And the cool thing about that case the Chapter 13 trustee signed on as a plaintiff. That's rare. That's rare, rare.
Well, of course it's rare. In New Hampshire, I was investigating a possible B10 fraud claim there, proof of claim, and U.S. trustee Larry Sumsky decried my efforts as being a YouTube cohort instead of investigating the fraud.